Hi, I'm Amy Northard, the accountant for creatives, and today we've got a topic that many parents can relate to: how to save some money on preschool expenses. So if you're a parent with teary eyes watching your child take their first steps into preschool, stick around because we're going to talk about whether you can deduct preschool tuition on your taxes. Before we dive into it, let's clarify something important: the difference between tax deductions and tax credits. Deductions are expenses that you can subtract from your taxable income before calculating the taxes you owe. Tax credits, on the other hand, directly reduce the amount of tax you owe or can even increase your tax refund. Now, some credits, like refundable credits, might even get you a refund if you don't owe any tax. Exciting, right? But here's the kicker when it comes to preschool tuition. Unfortunately, you can't deduct it from your taxes. Yep, the IRS doesn't allow it, but don't worry, there's still some hope on the horizon. Enter the Child Independent Care Credit. For most parents, this is your ticket to saving on preschool expenses. It's a non-refundable credit designed to ease your tax burden when you're paying for childcare services, including preschool. Now, to claim the Child Independent Care Credit, you've got to meet a few criteria. First up, the work eligibility requirement. You must have paid for the care of a dependent child under 13 while you're working or actively looking for work. If you're filing joint, both you and your spouse must meet this requirement. Next, the resident eligibility requirement. You should have lived in the United States for more than half of the year, or your spouse should have. There are some exceptions for military personnel. And when it comes to expenses, generally your preschool tuition qualifies if it's less than your income, or for joint filers, less than the income of the lower earning spouse. So how much money can you get with the Child Independent Care Credit? It typically covers a percentage of your children's childcare expenses up to a certain limit. For 2023, which you would file in 2024, the maximum limit is $3,000 for one child and $6,000 for two or more children. The percentage you'll use depends on your income, ranging from 20% to 35%, but be aware that if your income is over a certain limit set by the IRS, your credit may be reduced or you may not qualify. To claim the Child Independent Care Credit, you'll need to complete Form 2441 and attach it to your tax return when you file your annual return. Make sure to gather the name, address, and taxpayer identification number of anyone who provided care for your child. Wondering what kind of preschool tuition qualifies for this credit? Well, as long as you meet the eligibility criteria we discussed earlier, most payments made to institutions or individuals providing care will qualify. This includes both secular and non-secular daycare centers and preschools, and before and after school care can count too, as long as it's provided while you and your spouse, if applicable, are working or looking for work. But here's a quick note. Payments made to specific individuals don't qualify for the credit. These include your spouse, your child's parent, another one of your children under the age of 19, or another individual you claim as a dependent. So while you can't directly deduct preschool tuition from your taxes, the Child Independent Care Credit can be a financial lifesaver when it comes to easing the burden of childcare expenses, including those preschool costs. Remember to meet the eligibility criteria and keep accurate records to maximize your potential tax savings. Now, keep in mind that tax laws can change, so stay informed, and when in doubt, consult a tax professional for the most current and tailored advice for your situation. Your child's early education is an investment, and understanding your tax options can help you make the most of it. Thanks for tuning in today, and be sure to subscribe to my channel for more valuable content like this. Until next time, take care and happy parenting.